What's good, man? Oh, man. I hate to see stuff like this. I really do. And unfortunately, when I go, something like this might happen. And we've all seen it happen before. Where when someone passed suddenly, or an incident happened where no one's no longer here, and it's abruptly in a violent manner, and it's just unsettled feelings, and people don't know who to be mad at or how to deal with their situation, so they just lash out. And a lot of people are hurting. They don't realize that. So a lot of people hurt behind this, but they need somebody to be the villain. They need a face to say, you the person that did this, you the person I need to be mad at, and they just lash out. Now, Take being a celebrity and an artist from the group The Migos, his younger brother, YRN Lingo, I've never heard of this guy. Maybe people did, but, I never heard of the guy. Shalom, brother, who said that. Now, this person is now putting his hat into the arena of keeping the nonsense going, but he's mad at Quavo and Offset now. And his messages talking about people did all that fake crying and all that stuff, but then they disappeared now. Like, wait, y'all ain't nowhere to be found right now. And my thing to him is this: sir, dear sir, what what do he need to have to do at this point? I mean, this is what I mean. People are using this opportunity to try to get some publicity for themselves, I believe. And that's sad. To use your brother's death to try to bring some attention to you. And that to me seems a little suspect. You know what I'm saying? It does. It seems a little suspect. But I understand he's mad at Quavo for what he feels like is taking up for Jay Prince's side. And my thing is, that's your brother. I can't tell you how you feel about your brother, man. Nobody can. But I'm thinking what you're doing now is self-centered. You know what I'm saying? If that's your brother, then they your cousins. So what you doing now is self-centered, and you going to social media instead of hitting them up. Or do you have a connection with them? So my thing is this, bruh, find another way to get your energy across in a positive manner, bruh. This is not what Take would want. People keep putting what they want in place of what somebody else would want. Do you think Take would want this? Do you think Take right now, where he's at, he's like wanting y'all to go out and try to plot revenge and do all this stuff? Do you think that's what Take would want right now? You think that's what he want and what he would have wanted for the rest of y'all? He wanted a better life for his family. A better life. Not a toxic situation for his family. This is toxic. You know, I mean, even if you got a problem with Offset and all that, you could hit him up on the DM. You could hit Quavo up on the DM. Why you gotta go on social media and do it? What was the purpose of that? That tells me you really don't have a connection with those two, like you just had with Tate. Like that was your brother, and I don't know, you might be half brother. I don't know your connection, but you know, I've seen situations like this. That's what I'm saying. It seems like it's more personal and using Take's death to promote themselves. I'm serious. That's why I made the video. I normally don't make videos on stuff like this. I leave this for the academics and all that crap. But I'm not doing this for hits and views. I'm doing this to make a point. You see this? He putting out a song talking about still hurting. Then he got F that other song. I'm releasing this. Still hurting. Got a picture of him and his brother. I miss you, brother. I swear I do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So now, my thing is, what do you want from Quavo? What do you want from the rest of them? It seemed to be centered more about him than it is about Take. And that's what I get from this. And I really don't know this dude from a can of paint. Like, I don't know about this guy, YRN Lingo. I know nothing about him. So I don't have an agenda against him or nothing. But from the tone and what he was talking and what he was doing here, it shows this seemed to be more centered around him and him using his brother, even in death, to promote himself. Now, if he's doing that because he needs to get a release, like I just want to release this off my chest because I got stuff I want to say, I'm still hurting, and this the only way I could do it is put it in music, then forgive me if that's the case. But this looks jaded. this looks like an attention grab. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at me now. Forget Quavo's tribute. Look at me. You know, it just don't seem sincere, bro. When you talk about F that other song, I'm releasing this. It's a picture of you and Tate still hurting. That's tacky, bro. That's tacky. That's real, real tacky. I don't really respect that. I don't. To me, that's some salamander type stuff. Real ones don't do that. I swear, God rest in peace. If that ever happens to something like that happen to one of my brothers, I'm not finna do this. Under no circumstances would you see that. Bro, if this is a grieving situation, like I said, I would say, hey, I apologize. The man just grieving, this is his process. But when you start putting stuff like this up here, F that other song. I'm gonna release this. Now, now you making it against personal against Quavo. Cause what, you expected something? What are you upset about? You see what I'm saying? See, y'all people just go along with, right. Y'all don't understand. Like when people die, you got people come in out of the blue, like expecting things. And Quavo and Offset and Take, they come from, they don't live average lives. They came from a seven-figure lifestyle. So that's different. That ain't the same. So you gonna have family members come out the woodwork. They don't care too much about, oh, they weren't really around that much. And I'm not saying that he don't have no love for his brother. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is that all of that activity is strange and seem to be self-centered. It don't seem to be about, oh, this is about, Take and respect for Take. You out here to promote a song. By beefing what should be your cousin. To me, that's foul. And I can call that out respectfully. That's foul. And that's what I said. We grew up in different eras. I grew up with morals and respect for the dead and everything. We don't break those lines and codes. You see this? I don't know what your problem is with Quavo, but that's your situation. But when you say F that other song, I'm releasing this song, and you put that out, it's like you're using your brother for clout, bro. And I swear that ain't cool. That ain't cool, bro. So now he's got a problem with Jay Prince, allegedly. This brother do. He got a problem with Offset, saying Offset was phony. It's fresh on everybody's mind. Every lot of people are hurt. You know, my mom was sad about that. Everybody was sad. Nobody want to see that. Them young kids should still be here today. No reason he should have lost his life over some nonsense. It didn't even, it was over nothing. But be the change, bruh. Be the one that say, we got to set the example. Let's not let our brother's death be in vain. Let's make something positive out of this. And say, this is where we stop it. We stop this cycle. Or our brother's dying for nothing. Honor him that way. Instead of saying, I'm going to use you, brother, to go and get myself built up. I'm going to use your death to promote me. Now, here's the situation. This is the message he put out. This is the message he put out. Getting sick of y'all Negroes thinking y'all can say whatever to me. When this man was alive, they always on his D now since he gone. They know where to be found, sucker duck Negroes. All that fake crying, Negroes be so flawed and lame. It don't even make any sense. I don't have any brothers. Only brother I have is gone. And if you feel like I'm talking about you, the shoe fit, MF. Nobody has to worry about what's going on over here. We straight. And stop claiming y'all F with my brother. This man didn't even know half y'all lame A peon A Negroes. So that's how he feels. So the man that did it is behind bars, and then y'all say it was a setup for what? Him to go to jail for doing what he do? The police did an investigation, arrested the man who did it, and then you got people responding to the internet as if they know what's going on, including this brother who seemed to be taking any headline he saw on a trending video on social media and just go with that and run with it. I don't want to watch no video where someone's deceased in. I don't do that. It's a tragic situation, man. And I'm more disappointed in the people. I'm more disappointed in y'all, man, who grown ups, who adults, who run around here running with narratives and just keep just spiraling things. I guess that's what social media does to people. Everything's a conspiracy. So everyone has this agenda. We all paid by Jay Prince to take up for Jay Prince. And it's like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Why would I have a need to take up for Jay Prince? If Jay Prince had did something wrong, I would have told you, hey, he did that. He was wrong for that. When I say he shouldn't have brought the Offset situation up in the interview, and I said he was wrong, he should have just not brought the Offset situation up in the interview. I said that. That was clearly one of the things I said, just because it's going to take attention away from you clarifying everything that they were saying on the internet that was proven to be false. And you was exposing all the lies. Now it's going to be taken about Jay Prince and Offset. And sure enough, wasn't I right? Jay Prince and Offset. That's all people talk about now. Forget all the facts that they cleared up from all the lies of the internet. Y'all still running with those lies. Even though they've been disproven by facts. We just gonna go to that. Then what's the new narrative? Jay Prince, he owned the police. He paid the police off. You know he did. Come on, see, don't stop. You know how this is. Mob ties. He owned the police over there. So now Jay Prince owned the police. You see how that goes? You see what we do? Instead of saying, man, I was just wrong. I should have just waited until they did the investigation and found out what was going on. And instead of saying, man, I was wrong about that, we keep making up new lies and roll with the new lie. So it's like, okay, what's the next new lie? Because everybody seemed to got them. Everybody got a new lie. They remix. Right before your eyes, they start remixing. You know, Gene Deal. Y'all know Gene, Big Gene. I have no animosity towards that brother. But when I felt he told an inaccuracy, I told him what really happened. Instead of saying, you know what, you right. You know a little bit more about that situation than I do. I'm going to just ride with that. He insults me, calls me out of my name, says some disrespectful things without saying my name, but talking about me. For no reason. Now, all he had to say was that, you know what? You're right. And when it got to a question he couldn't answer, because he didn't know the information to it, he did a remix. And just added a whole new theory. And you are not allowed to question anything. And that's how they feel. We can't question Takeoff brother, because Takeoff, that's his brother. He can't be wrong. Forget morals or what it looks like, what it appears to be. Forget all that. We don't need to know all that. We know that's Takeoff's brother. That's all we need to know. See how that works? As long as he's just Takeoff's brother, it's all good. It's all good in the hood, baby. He can say whatever he wants. No, he's not doing that because he wants attention. Can't do that. He's Takeoff's brother. He no take. So nobody else can be right. That's your analogy. Y'all love to tell me, you weren't there. That's y'all. You weren't there. How would you know? I'm like, the same way I would know if these people weren't famous. If these people weren't famous and had famous careers, the same way I would know like that, that's how I would know. The same exact way. Well, here's the news. Where's your source of information coming from? Where are your facts coming from? If I sit there and make a rest in peace song and I'm down in everybody else's songs and I'm telling them, hey, don't check that out, check mine out. What have I made the record for then? Because it's obvious I didn't make this record for me. It's obvious I got some other type of motive. I'm late to the party. Why? He just posted this, 2 days ago. And I just saw what he just put out. Talking about his tribute song. So I don't think I'm late. I think I'm right on time. It's amazing how everybody cares when somebody's gone. The moment I'm gone, there's gonna be a lot of people pop up that I ain't seen in about 15 years. But they know me. There'll be a picture I took with them years ago, pop up out of nowhere. Here we go. R.I.P. my homie. I'm just saying, what dude doing look mad sus. It look mad sus. Don't look genuine. Right. So I guess I need to be there to know that that don't look cool. Like that don't look right. I know. But I'm the one wrong. You see? That's how they play the game. It's a dirty game, baby. But that's how they play it. You the one at fault. You the one that's wrong. Yeah, that notion's gonna go over and over again. And why is that? Because it's all about them. You got those family members. That one in the group probably thought they were supposed to get something that they didn't get. And now, man, you should want to take care of him. I was his brother. You know, you should want to hit me up with a little something. You know he would have did that for me. And y'all say y'all got love for him like that. Not saying that's the situation there. I'm saying in general, we have seen these situations before. I agree with that. Nobody should be talking. I agree with you. You said somebody's died and someone is talking. They keep talking. They were talking about them. That's the only reason they're talking. The only reason they're talking is because the internet had painted them as the villains and the culprits, and they hadn't done anything. So if they say nothing, the worse it becomes for them. They have lives and family members too. They travel. Somebody might try to take their life, even though they got nothing to do with it. So they're going to put it out there to clear up all these rumors that the internet created. Lamar Hunt, did you listen to the interview? Did they not read off testimony that somebody from their side that they brought who was their bodyguard and security, actually started and did something first in his testimony. See, that's what I'm saying. Let the police do their investigation. Had that person not overreacted and did something, none of this event would have happened. Everybody would have went home. But you're blaming a guy for another person's response who got locked up. They locked him up and the person that did it with him. So the police have done their investigation. They found out who was responsible. They've arrested those people. You're not satisfied. We wouldn't be talking if everybody else wouldn't be talking. I'm here to explain to the civil people out here to try to give people some clarity to what you're seeing out here. Did I make a video for the passing or the homecoming, the homegoing rather of Take? No, I didn't. I didn't do that. Did I make a video about the Quavo and Offset fight at the Grammys? No, I didn't make a video off that. So if I was looking for hits and views, I would have got a lot of hits and views had I made a video there. Don't you agree? I would get a lot more hits and views than sitting here making a video talking about Take's brother and what he said. Quavo and Offset fighting at the Grammys. Oh, that's a lot bigger than this. And I didn't choose to make a video off that. So if I'm doing it, it's not for hits and views. It's trying to bring clarity to these young youth out here that's out here in the game right now. You're doing stuff that Take right now wouldn't even want done in his name. You're talking about all of that stuff. Don't come here. Don't come to this city. And this gonna happen to you. All you people who think y'all doing that for Take, that's not the energy he was about. And that's not what he was. And that's not what he passed out to anybody else. And if you're his brother and you've been around him, you should know his energy. His energy level was not that. And you want to turn something into violence thinking that's going to make like the pain stop. It doesn't. Because if, let's say you do take one of theirs, do you think the cycle going to stop? You just made it, just made your life harder and everybody around you life's harder. Revenge is a death cycle. Okay? It's been going on forever. People like, well, they took some of ours. We got to take some of theirs. And then they're going to come back and take more. Then it's going to be none of you. And whoever survives is going to jail. How many times do we have to see this cycle before we realize that this game is not for us? No, it's the smarter route. I can't have people around me who I feel will definitely conflict my safety. I got a friend that's like a live wire, a fuse. One of my friends that was in the live chat we did earlier, my buddy Omar, who told you, hey, he's in Jamaica right now because he got deported. He's trying to get back into the States. He's working on it. And he wanted to sit down and do an interview. He's a record producer, the whole nine. No, because most people aren't smart enough. It's not double talking. He's back in Jamaica. He's trying to get back in the country. It's similar. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep telling you that it's a cycle, and people are trying to get caught up out of these situations and these traps that the system have for you. Do you know what helped cause the truce in LA between the Crips and Bloods? One police officer told him, saying, man, they had them cuffed up. They had just jumped on some Bloods and Crips or whatever, and they were all got in a fight and they all cuffed up, bleeding. And the officer who was arresting them was laughing like, like, hey man, like you guys can keep doing this every night. You know, don't bother us. You put my daughter through college. All this overtime we're getting, hey, we're just here to pick up the pieces, man. Whatever's breathing goes to jail. And that's what made them say, right there, the Bloods and Crips said, they the gang, and they winning, and they got us warring with each other. We got to unify. We're gonna stop this. And when that truce came, scared the hell out of them. So it changed the narratives that people had to realize that we can't go into the cycle of getting revenge on one another. See, we were much smarter to do it then. But now you're taking psychological or psychedelic drugs, Molly, Xan, all these things have side effects that damages the brain. Percocets, Molly, and all this, and you mixing it with liquor and syrup and all the stuff they warnings tell you don't do, just totally warping your brain to that your body automatically, your brain already have governors on what to do and what not to do. When you start taking those drugs, it numbs that. And you just go from 0 to 100 like that. Emotions just all over the place. And you don't even know why. People hysterically crying, committing suicide, doing all kind of crazy activities based on this psychosis. Hit the like button if you understand what I'm talking about. Now, am I even talking about Jay Prince? For everybody who's thinking I'm so taken up for Jay Prince, there's no need to take up for Jay Prince. Jay Prince can speak for Jay Prince. That's what I call him. Mr. Prince can speak for himself. He don't need me to speak for him. But when you put his sons and his family lives in danger over the actions that somebody else, and then y'all keep trying to say, and y'all do what the internet does, is create narratives that don't exist. You went and created a narrative of Jay Prince owns the police now. This guy didn't do it. It was a setup. All kind of narratives you guys just bring in out of thin air. Why in the world would they set up Takeoff? For what? He's the nicest human being on the planet. You're right. Big draws. And what did I do? Did I feed into that narrative of saying who did it and who didn't do it? I did not. But yet, you got people like DJ Academics and all those other creators who kept following and telling about this guy did it, circling him, circling this guy, and he did the thing, and it was him. And when they arrested the guy who actually they said did it, none of you internet people had that person. When PNB Rock at Roscoe's lost his life, right? The internet, they blamed some guy he got into it with on a stream, on an IG live. Y'all 100% thought it was this guy, kept convicting him. That was him. He pulled up. He said he was going to get him. He did this and that. And it turned out it was not the people you thought it was. Let the police do their investigations. You're not the police. Stop being the police. Y'all sitting here convicting and putting people's lives in danger with y'all nonsense, spreading false information. I have no reason to be jealous of that guy. I don't have that energy about me. But you do. That's why you said it. Because you would probably be jealous of somebody like that. Because you want what they have. I sound scared. Scared of whom? If I was a scared man, why would I be putting my face on camera? What do I have to be afraid of? No, but see, they missed all the point. These are the type of people I'm talking about. The toxic people. They're the reason that this whole thing is messed up and you get misinformation, where I chose not to go down that road to get hits and views. They chose to do it for the hits and views. And they don't care about nothing. They don't care about Takeoff. They don't care about any of that. Once that person's gone, they gone. They care less. They move on to the next. Meanwhile, the families are hurt. The families got to see this stuff playing out in the war going on between the family members on the internet. I don't know what they do. What makes you say they extort people? I mean, you brought that up. This has nothing to do with that. I bring up academics because academics is the person we were talking about. That does that. Does he not promote negativity? Wasn't he one of the main contributors who was basically showing the video and trying to basically on air convict an entirely wrong person? Isn't he the one that was up there capping for Tory Lanez, his buddy, spreading false information throughout the internet or misinformation? Yes, he was. Because some of these people are just scum, and they're scum people. They don't care about you. Like, they don't know about the struggles. Like, academics, his family is from Jamaica. He has no ties to the United States, period. No family here at all. He's an immigrant. And he came here, and y'all put this guy in charge of hip hop, like y'all information, and he knows nothing about the culture. Nothing. He knows only about these syrupy rappers that he can, because he got an internet following, he can interview them and they go and take off and do big things. That's it. That's the extent of his power. If y'all have a problem with Jay Prince, that's y'all. Y'all have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with Mr. Prince. None. Do I believe his son or himself has something to do with Take's death? Absolutely not. 100% no. Do I believe it was a setup and a hit? Absolutely not. 100% no. Do I believe Takeoff brother is using Takeoff to try to sell and promote himself? 100% absolutely so. It's sad, but yes, I believe his brother is trying to get attention for himself rather than honoring his brother. He's trying to get attention for himself as a rapper. I believe that 100%. Don't mean he doesn't love his brother, but that's why he mad at Quavo. That's why he mad at Offset. Why would you? What other reason would you have to be mad at them? Well, Don Prince, it seemed like it was cool till today, until 2 days ago, rather. Did you see what he put out? Lingo sat there and said, "What? F Quavo song. Listen to my song." F his tribute. Listen to my song I'm putting out. Does that sound like somebody cool with somebody? Nah, he didn't say his name. Cause he don't want that attention, but anybody ain't stupid. When you saying F that song, listen to my song, who did the tribute? That was Quavo. So who you talking about? Okay, Uncle. Exactly. He running the clout game. And this is what we talking about, man. We've seen this in family members. It didn't matter if they was famous or not. Somebody pass away, somebody pop up that you ain't seen in about 20 some years, talking about this and what they supposed to get or trying to use something for some attention. and he's a famous person, and he gonna ride that fame thing as long as he can. You know, I hope it isn't. And if he's legit and he legitly feel that way, then God bless him. But and I'm sorry and I apologize to him if that was the actual case, but I don't believe it. I 100% believe from the text messages and the IG messages he was putting out that it's an attention grab for himself and it's more selfish and it's disheartening to see something like that. I just know if I did a tribute song to my friend that passed away, I'm not gonna tell somebody else, man, F they song, listen to mine. I don't do that, bro. What's up, JoJo? You don't do that. I ain't gonna tell somebody F somebody else's song and listen to mine. Then I wouldn't do that. That's why Mr. Battle, I feel you, and I'm glad you're listening and paying attention. But you have to listen to the interview. The dice games had nothing to do with what happened. That's why you need to watch the whole interview and don't watch clips that they show you just on IG. You need to listen to that whole interview. Um, Here's the situation. It had nothing to do with a dice game. The dice game had nothing to do with it. Neither time did it have anything to do with it. It did not. After the dice game was over, people started having a conversation about sports and basketball. Yes, it was. Unfortunately, it was a telling in the wrong direction. It should have been more telling in another department, but it was more telling in an opposite way. Unfortunate. Well, you're surrounded by people who they say, in other words, they don't get the message. You ever hear someone say that they don't get the message? Oh, this is kind of like that. More or less, tell me, who would you say is your best friend in the world? If you God forbid you pass away, right? God forbid that's the case. Your best friend is there. Do you think your best friend would do you like that? Would you be okay with your best friend using your pictures, doing all these things to promote himself, using you? How would your other family members feel seeing your best friend or somebody who was the best friend doing that? I've seen that happen before. Once somebody died, I've seen people pretend to be the best friend. Like, that was my boy, that was my dog, that's my guy. No, 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 he wasn't. Not like that. Like I said, you need to watch the interview to find out that is very incorrect. The internet, once again, told you a lie. Duke the Jeweler did not die that night at the dice game. They just showed you a clip of him at a dice game that Jay Prince Jr. happened to attend. He never even met the guy. He doesn't know him. They don't know each other. He didn't even know that guy was a jeweler. He knew nothing about him. He didn't know he was from Chicago, nothing. There's a lot of people in there. Unfortunately, that man lost his life days later getting robbed somewhere outside. It had nothing to do with mob ties. They don't even know him. You see how people tell lies and they use the internet to do it and people get it wrong? This is why you have to listen to what people were saying. No, he didn't know who that guy was. Everybody in there shooting dice. I've shot dice before. I don't know half them Negroes. I'm sorry, didn't know half them dudes. I just knew we was in a situation we weren't gonna be robbed because we were in somebody's house and it was well protected and everybody in there was heavyweight. Like, they had big money. And we used to shoot dice with our little money. And when they win money off them, they weren't gonna get mad and not pay us the money because they don't want to look like you can't pay that. Like, you struggling. They want to keep up with the Joneses to the other people out there. So they want to pay their debt. Like, oh, go on, take that. That ain't nothing, shorty. You go on, take that. We was bet. So we were making all the money, but we were in a safe environment. We wasn't shooting dice outside. We was in my buddy's basement. So, and that place was secure. That was a safe ground. And he was like, man, everybody coming in here, I think I should be getting some. People should be donating money to the house. And that's when it stopped. Once he started talking like that, dude was like, man, look, we're going to do this at my house then. Then I was like, nah, I can't go down there because I can't trust. I got somebody got my back down there. Right. I'm normally shooting dice indoors. I've seen dice games go bad. I've seen them shoot in the alley, and I got out of there because they was finna shoot more than dice. It hit his foot. I called anything. No, you didn't. Yeah, it did. That count. No, hell no, it don't. There's too much money in the pot. And you be damned. If somebody's shoe cause a interruption. Now, somebody normally call anything goes. Like, it hit a shoe, hit a wall, I don't care. Anything goes. But that's normally assessed in the beginning. Right, because we're answering questions. As you can see, most people are still confused over what happened. They don't have the information. Most people did not listen to the interview. That's what I'm saying. Everything is so marred with the Offset situation. This is why I wish Jay Prince had never brought that up. I wish Jay Prince would have never brought the Offset situation to the public. Period. I wish he wouldn't have. Because now, instead of what it really was about, it's about Offset and Jay Prince now. And this is exactly what I told you was going to happen in the video. It's going to take away from what it didn't need to take away from. We heard the lies. How is it a lie, sir? Do you realize that there was an investigation? Do you realize every one of you little internet guys was telling the police, sending them things to their case file, saying, look at this video, officer. When they was like investigating the case, you guys all wanted to be detectives and help solve the case, so you kept sending them the clips and trying to say, James Prince Jr., look how he walked past him. That's who he is. He's attached to James Prince. You guys were snitching, ratting, and dry snitching, didn't know anything. Y'all in Canada somewhere, sending in photo from the internet to the police over in Houston, Texas. And telling the police who you think it is and who he connected to. Don't you think they investigated that? Don't you think they questioned people? The people that was there? Why would they be questioning Mr. Prince, Jay Prince Sr.? Why would they need to question him? That's the question I ask for you. Why do you feel that that's a need? Or that's a necessity for them to do? I'm just asking the question. Well, you got to go on the Patreon for the Rick James stories. I just gave y'all one recently. Um, it's very difficult sometimes when you see people do things that's out of character. Like you start to see it and you say that's out of character even for themselves. Hmm. I've tried to what they call righting the ship. Like I want to right the ship. Bottom line, I just think he was wrong, like anybody else. Well, you got to look at it, and you ask yourself the questions: what do these people want from you more than your attention? You know, if you can get past that, then you're really doing something. But most of these people just want attention so bad, they're willing to do anything to get it. Well, $1 million bail, he's not getting out. Listen, I'm letting you guys get the last word in. No, Quavo's dealing with a lot of pain. You see, this is what people do who really dealing with a lot of pain. It's not easy to come back out and perform or do it, especially when you kind of shoulder some guilt in your heart because you probably could have just went home and he would still be alive. He's got to carry that weight for the rest of his life. That's pain. That's a burden on his heart, on his chest. So that's hard for him. For a lot of people that don't understand, like he loved that man. That like he loved him. He loved Tate. And for that to happen, you gotta face his mom, and it's nightmarish. That's a nightmare situation. And I wouldn't wish that on any man in the face of this planet. Nobody want to go through that, bro. Nobody. No one in the world. I know. So I'm gonna get out of here, man. So you guys, I gotta finish up here. Going to work, man. So trying to update the Patreon. Patreon got all these new rules and stuff. I got the Michael Jackson video up. I'm just waiting on them to go ahead and approve it and release it. And we out. Peace. Well, I'm glad you was here to see me talk about nothing. So you believe that this was all about nothing. Some people you just can't save.